Hello everyone. Today I want to tell you a story. Not a metaphor, not a thought experiment, a biological story that is playing out inside your body right now. Every single day, and has been for years, without you fully realizing it. It starts before you even get out of bed. Your alarm goes off. You reach for your phone. You haven't eaten anything yet, but already the anticipation of your morning routine, the coffee, the toast, the juice, whatever your version of breakfast looks like, is beginning to prime your digestive system. Dopamine flickers. Habit loops activate. And somewhere in your gut, the bacterial populations that have been waiting through the night are already sending hunger signals upward, shaped entirely by what you fed them yesterday. This is hour 0. And the spy refined sugar is already running the show. By hour 2, you've had breakfast. Maybe it looked healthy. Granola, fruit, a glass of orange juice, a coffee with a flavored syrup. Each of these is delivering refined sugar or rapidly digested carbohydrates into your bloodstream faster than your pancreas was designed to manage gracefully. Glucose rises sharply. Insulin surges to meet it. For about 30 minutes, you feel energized, clear, capable. Then the overshoot happens. Insulin clears the glucose faster than necessary. Blood sugar drops below baseline. Your brain, running almost exclusively on glucose, registers a low fuel state and initiates a quiet stress response. Cortisol rises slightly. Adrenaline ticks upward. And your gut bacteria, specifically the strains that thrive on sugar, begin producing hunger-signaling metabolites that travel up the vagus nerve directly to your brain's reward centers. You are 2 hours into your day and your biology is already asking for more. Not because you lack discipline. Because the system has been infiltrated, and the infiltrator is asking to be fed. By hour 4, you are into your morning. The energy from breakfast has faded. A mild fog is settling in. You reach for coffee. Maybe a snack, something small, something that seems reasonable. A cereal bar, a flavored yogurt, a handful of something from a packet. According to research, these mid-morning hunger signals in people consuming high-sugar breakfasts are not genuine caloric need. They are a conditioned hormonal response, ghrelin elevated, leptin suppressed, dopamine reward circuitry primed to seek the same hit that produced the earlier spike. The spy is not giving you energy. It is borrowing against your reserves and charging interest. By hour 6, lunch arrives. And here is where the pattern deepens. If lunch is built the same way, refined carbohydrates at the center, fiber and protein as afterthoughts, the glucose curve repeats. Another spike. Another insulin surge. Another drop, and now cortisol has been elevated twice in a single morning. In one study, individuals consuming 2 high-glycemic meals in succession showed significantly higher afternoon cortisol levels, greater self-reported fatigue, and measurably higher inflammatory cytokines by mid-afternoon compared to those eating lower glycemic equivalents. The meals were not dramatically different. The metabolic cost was, by hour 8 or 9, the notorious 2 to 3 p.m. window. The crash arrives in full. The eyes get heavy. Concentration dissolves. The craving for something sweet or starchy becomes almost urgent, and the cultural solution, another coffee, a chocolate bar, an energy drink, delivers exactly what the spy ordered. Another glucose hit. Another temporary reprieve. Another cycle begins. According to research, this afternoon crash is not primarily a sleep deficit phenomenon, though poor sleep worsens it considerably. It is a blood glucose and cortisol rhythm collapse, the compounded result of a day's worth of sugar-driven spikes and drops converging with the natural afternoon cortisol decline. The body has been running on borrowed fuel all day, and the debt is coming due. By hour 12, you are home. Tired, stressed. In one study, participants who consumed the same total calories but shifted a higher proportion to the evening showed greater visceral fat accumulation, worse microbiome diversity profiles, and higher fasting inflammatory markers over 12 weeks compared to those eating the same foods earlier in the day. The spy doesn't just affect how you feel. It shapes your body composition, your gut bacteria, and your inflammatory baseline through the timing of when it gets what it wants. By hour 22, you are trying to sleep, but the bacterial populations fed by a day of sugar-rich eating are active. Fermentation is occurring. Gas is being produced. Gut motility is irregular. The overnight repair cycle your intestinal lining depends on is being disrupted by an environment that is more inflamed and bacterially chaotic than it should be. Melatonin, which the gut produces in concentrations far higher than the brain, is competing with an immune response that refined sugar has been quietly amplifying all day. Sleep is lighter than it should be. The overnight cortisol reset is incomplete. And tomorrow, you wake up in a system that is slightly more sensitized to sugar's signals than it was yesterday. I hope this story gave you a new way of seeing your day. Drop a comment and tell me which hour of the cycle you recognized most. I read all of them. If this resonated, hit the like button and share it with someone who hasn't been able to figure out why they keep reaching for sugar, no matter how hard they try. And if you're new to Nutriflow, subscribe and hit the bell. This is exactly the kind of content we make here. See you in the next one.